First thing, I thought this was a great environment for us to be a part of. We needed a game that was going to be really physically tough, imposing. Our fans did a great job, but there's no question we knew we'd be going in a road environment, and the Notre Dame and Purdue fans didn't disappoint with their ability to make it a road environment to help Butler, and I thought that was great for us. It was great for us because New York, the second night was really about a split. We had a lot of fans, but Georgetown had a lot of fans, but this was good, really good for us, and I think we'll learn a lot from it. We got beat by a really good team, and I know that they're really good, and we thought they were good. And the thing that hurt us as much as anything else in this game is the things that we saw on film. Everybody gets focused on the three-point shooting that they have now, and it's really good, but it's the layups that get you. It's the drives, it's the loose ball layups, it's those type of things, and those things hurt us a little bit in this game. But the bottom line for us, we didn't rebound the ball well enough today. Our communication defensively was good, but it was sporadic in crunch time, and that's really got to get better. The end of the game, we were going in an all-out switching, our switching call where we switch everything, and just make sure that we were keeping a man in front, get up on the glass, and we didn't do a great job of it. It was about really being able to switch everything with no fear of getting driven in that position. But we missed some shots, we missed some free throws. All those things are part of it. But to me, the big theme for where we've got to improve is in our rebounding, and then we've just got to keep shoring up our defense constantly. But I have no complaints whatsoever with the energy that our guys played with how hard they played, with how hard they competed. We did need to learn our spirit wavered a little bit based on the score, and we've got to play the game with the same spirit that we made the comeback in, and with the pressure, putting the full court pressure. That's the spirit we have to play in, and so hopefully we'll learn that. We'll learn more about that and learn from it. But I'm excited about getting back to practice, and I'm excited about the rebounding drills that we're going to do. I'm not sure there'll be many people that'll be sharing in that joy with me, but I know I'll be excited about it, because right now that's an area that we've really got to shore up for ourselves. So go ahead.
The last defensive possession, for you guys in case scored, I guess.
Did I just cover that?
What's that?
Didn't I just cover that?
Not entirely. Zeller obviously wasn't in there. What made you guys decide not to put him in?
I did just cover that. We were in a 55. We wanted to switch out and everything because they were in the ball screen game. And they were running a lot of high ball screens through at the end of regulation and overtime. And in that situation, we wanted to continue to have that switching be accordingly, just because it was either going to be a drive or a three. And then just everybody had to do what they had to do, rebound on the ball. Go ahead. What other part of that?
No,
Well, you have a point to make. Just make it.
That was just basically. I mean, obviously you didn't have somebody in there to protect the rim to block the shot when it gets in there. I guess. Did you sort of look back and wish you had that had that element?
No, I don't. And I think I covered that when I walked in. Okay, so if you
I was just asking.
Okay, that's fine. I just be clear with your point. I mean, I thought I was clear. I mean, we wanted to make sure that we could defend the high ball screen, which they had been running consistently, and not put ourselves in a switch that would be advantageous to them, and then everybody had to rebound the ball.
Why do you think Smith had so much success on the inside against you today?
I think he got garbage baskets. They got garbage baskets, and I don't mean garbage in a negative term. I think those are, I mean that in a positive term. I don't mean it negative at all. They got some loose ball baskets. I don't think it was a game where he beat us with post moves and things like that. It was some second shots, some loose rebounds. They got more layups than we did, and he was a big part of that. Jones was a part of that. Marshall, and one I'd like to have back is that three hit in the first half. I mean, we know he can shoot threes. You don't want to give a kid like that an opportunity to shoot that three. But I like him. I think he's really good, and it would not shock me one bit if he ended up on an NBA roster and is one of those guys that just continues to work and get better and makes a really good career of it. But I think he was the beneficiary of some balls that bounced the right way. He played really hard, and did a good job, in that area. Made his layups. We didn't always make our layups today, and that's Sounds fundamental, and it is. And we've got to do a better job making pressure layups. We've got to do a better job of making contact layups. We've got to do a better job of exploding through the contact, because we knew there would be contact, and there was plenty, and find a way to make those shots. And they did a little better job of that than we did.
How important was it for Yogi to bounce back from knocking the ball off his leg to not only being willing to take that three at the end of regulation, but knock it down?
Well, that's Yogi. He did the same thing in New York. He's done the same thing in a couple of practices, a private scrimmage. I mean, he's got great toughness. He really does. He's got great mental toughness, and continues to understand how much he can improve. But he doesn't. He's a next play guy, and I think that's why he's such a special guard, especially at that age. Pete, I think. Right, go ahead.
I was going to do you were down, I think, 71-64 with about 2 minutes left. What spurred the comeback? Obviously, Yogi's shot was a deep.
The pressure, right? We got up in full court pressure. I mean, we didn't waver. I mean, we felt like we could get up and pressure these guys, and we did. And the problem with doing it throughout the whole game is when they send Clark deep, now you're running a risk on him banging a three or doing a good job of getting to the basket and making the play. So you don't want to give a team that really shoots the ball well from three too many opportunities in the back line of the press. But we saw things that we felt we could really pressure them. If I have any regret in the game, it is not going to that earlier. Right now, personally. But, I mean, it still put us in position, and it made us very aggressive, and we felt like we could do that.
Did you feel like the problem rebounding was not being the aggressor or concentration blocking out?
It's a little bit of everything, Rick. It really is. I think we're going to be disappointed in some of our contact on the blockouts. Some balls bounce wrong that we just got to go up with two hands and get them. You know, those type of things. Balls bounced. There was a couple times like that, but that's not an excuse for us on the fact that we didn't rebound well enough. And in the first half, we didn't offensive rebound nearly well enough. I mean, I know we ended up with 18 offensive boards. There's no way that number should have been way higher today. And our offensive rebounding attempts were not where they need to be. And that's why I use rebounding as a general term, but it's a lot broader than that. I mean, there's a lot more detail than that, I should say. We got to be better there.
You were up 84-80 in overtime. They get two really good looks on three. Well, were you disappointed in your play?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Went under a screen, which was like at the top of the chart. Don't ever do that. And we had miscommunication on another one, miscommunication on a switch. Now, there's no question that we cost ourselves at the end of the game defensively. And they made the plays. I mean, they get the credit for that, but we made the mistake on how we guarded them.
Along those lines, what Terry was asking you, is that one of the most disappointing things, is that they had three of their best players on the bench for most of the overtime?
I didn't think about that. No, not really. No, I'm more disappointed. Not that. I don't. I think they got a good team. I know it's really easy to sell it like it was, Chaminade versus Virginia, but that wasn't true. I mean, they're good. They're really good. So they got a bunch of good guys. We just didn't. We made some defensive mistakes. So I mean, I don't know if we're going to make the mistake. It wouldn't matter who's out there. So that's a disappointing thing that we've got to live with some poor defensive mistakes at winning time.
How would you evaluate Kobe's play today?
I haven't looked at the film yet, so I'll have to. I know he's got to get more than 5 rebounds. I know that, but I mean, I haven't looked at the film to be able to do that yet. So I'm not into a personal evaluation. But I thought we played, and I think he was no different. He played with great energy, and he played a lot of minutes, and he took a beating, and he shot 14 free throws, and he probably could have doubled that. Let's be honest. Okay, I mean, he went up to the line. He did really good things, and so I have no fault with that. But he's got to finish better and rebound better. But we all can get better. So.
Brad said he thought that the Roosevelt Jones was the best player on the floor today. Can you just talk about how
he did a good job? Yeah, he did a good job. He gets a lot of plays at the rim. He's a very good driver. He got some and ones. He drops that shoulder and gets into the defender, and it becomes a 50-50 call. Is the referee going to call a push-off? Is he going to call that it's a foul? And we didn't get any of those 50-50 calls on that today when he drove to the rim, and he made the plays. I mean, give him credit. He made the plays. So he did things around the rim. He's a good player, good college player.
Time for one more.
Just on the shot that Yogi hit, I guess.
What?
I just want to ask you about the energy all told, coming up finals. We happy with the energy?
Oh, yeah, I don't have any issue on the final. We just, I may feel differently after we watch the tape, but I think this thing came down a lot to some communication defensive mistakes, and we didn't rebound for 45 minutes the way we needed to rebound. And you know, when you're the aggressor the entire game, especially on the glass, you got a tendency to get more of those 50-50 balls to bounce your way. You know, sometimes, because that's all it is. It's just a bounce. It's not necessarily a positional thing. It's a bounce. And we didn't get enough of that, so we weren't nearly good enough on the backboards today. And they had more easy baskets than we did. Go ahead, Dustin.
I was just going to ask about the design on the shot that Yogi hit, I guess, at the end of regulation. I guess, was it kind of drawn up?
It was just a play with different options, and he made a good read. And the pass came back out from Cody, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
You guys will learn from this, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would think Butler would learn from it. I think the other two that are out there right now, we're 10 games in. This is the 10th game, and our guys didn't get tired. I mean, they didn't get physically tired. We got quiet a couple times, but it wasn't like we got physically tired, and I know they were engaged and locked in, and we had a great week of preparation. We didn't play well enough to win. I mean, we just didn't, and it's things that we certainly have to get better at, and they're things that we can. I mean, it's communication, and it's rebounding. So those are all things that are correctable. We have the pieces, and now with Hunter back and Peter in there, and now in the sense of getting Derek closer and closer to being back, he could be ahead of schedule. I'm not totally sure where that's at. That'll help us, and our practices will be they'll be fierce now. I mean, they've been, but I mean, now we've got a chance to really dive in. They'll be able to see, hey, this got us. We got to get this fixed. So, all right, thank you.